All right, welcome to Barker Stats. So this is just the intro to the course, our first week. Ignore this course code. That is for period 1, but all periods have been assigned these 4 assignments for this week. And so I'm going to go through these really quickly. It's just to get you kind of familiar with some of the jargon, some of the vocab, and then kind of how math is used in stats. So most of what we do is very analytical. It's going to be trying to make sense out of different data sets and information. So I'm going to open up all these tabs. Well, let's start. So this is individuals, variables, categorical, and quantitative data. So this is sort of a big, I guess, chunk of information. There's a lot of pieces floating around. All right. Individuals, variables, categorical, and quantitative data. So what's happening here is there's a table, and the main topic of this table is the first column here, the student name. So this is kind of what's dictating the rest of the data. In other words, this is the focus of the information, and these are all kind of supporting data or topics connected to the student name. This is really common when tracking any kind of demographics for like a classroom or anything like that. So what's interesting about this is when I see a breakdown, it says the student name, gender, age, birth month. The birth month is maybe to plan for birthdays, maybe. I'm not sure why someone would be interested in birth month. But then it makes maybe more connection when this is read horoscopes. So the horoscopes are normally connected to your birth month, right? So maybe they're trying to see if a person of a certain birth month is more likely to read a horoscope or something. We're not really sure what they're trying to do with this data, but that's kind of what they're tracking here. So gender, age, the month they're born, and if they like to read their horoscope. Okay, so let's see what their question is going to be asking about this data set. It says the individuals in this data set are. So the individuals are this first people. It's the student name. Okay, and these student names, so it says Rachel gave a survey to her classmates. So Rachel's a student giving a survey to her classmates to learn about their superstitions. Well, some people aren't superstitious. They just like to read horoscopes. So I don't know how good the study is. But anyway, here's some of the data she collected. So she could have just asked, are you superstitious? Because a lot of people who are superstitious recognize it, if they carry a lucky rabbit's foot or if they're afraid of the number 13 or anything of that. So she could have just asked, are you superstitious? I mean, people who read horoscopes aren't necessarily superstitious. And then and vice versa. People who are superstitious don't necessarily read their horoscopes. So if she's after superstition, this is probably not a very good study. Anyway, that's not the question. The question is, who are the individuals? They're Rachel's classmates. So this is really just a reading comprehension question. But I want to discuss everything that's going on here because later it's going to be very important that we look at the whole picture. So they're just asking for a very specific thing, but let's get in the habit of really assessing what's happening. Okay. So, check. I'm missing something. Oh, there's more to it. Okay, it didn't let me check it. That's kind of nice of Khan Academy. So it's too zoomed in. It's another set. Okay, so this data set contains. It's asking about variables and how many of them are quantitative. So quantitative is easy. Quantitative is a number. So we have their age. That's the only quantitative data point that we have for these subjects here. So there's only going to be one quantitative. So it's either going to be C or A. And then the variables are these. This is sort of the subject, and these are the things that change. So this is a given. This is like just what is, and then these are the variables that change based on what is. So based like for instance, Jacob happens to be a male who's 17, born in April, and he reads his horoscope. So these are the variables. These are the things that kind of change, and the names are kind of fixed, I guess. It's one way to think of it. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 variables, one of which is quantitative. So that's going to be A. So let's see if I'm right. Say, I like that. I liked my analysis. So I'm going to go through all 4 of them rather quickly now, kind of giving you what it looks like. So here, they're tracking city names. So cities, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 variables. And this is asking for categorical. So categorical is sort of a category, and here's this type kind of precipitation, so like rain or maybe mist, no rain, like none. So this is a category. Severe weather alert's also a category, yes or no category. So we have two categorical variables and two quantitative variables. Okay, and one's categorical, so there's 4 variables, 2 of which are categorical. Okay, this is asking about cars sold, and so yeah, these are cars. Accord, okay, so cars that he sold. And then it's asking about quantitative. So there's 4 variables, 3 of which are quantitative. 4 variables, 3 of which are quantitative. Last one, player names. So basketball players. There are 3 variables, 2 of which are quantitative. 3 variables, 2 of which are quantitative. 1 categorical, 2 quantitative. All right, so I hope I don't go through that too fast. You can always rewind or email me or ask me questions in class. So, but that's kind of the first one. I'm going to go through the other 3 pretty quick as well. So yeah, when you complete the practice of 4 questions, it gives you this little green star. It used to be 5, so now I guess it's doing 4. It might do 5 for you. So I may have done this before already, so it's maybe you should give me 4. I'm not quite sure. The Khan Academy kind of changes a lot, so do as many as it takes to get this star green. Okay. So I did the first one. Now I'm going to do the next one, reading picture graphs. In parentheses it says multi-step problems. So what this means is that there's going to be a couple things we have to consider. So here I have a little data graph. The graph shows how many mice a farmer found in her field each day for 5 days. So each mouse represents 2 mice, but check this out. Our x-axis is blank. So let's see what's happening here. So we have these days here, right? Days of the week. So that's probably what's happening here is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm going to guess. Sometimes the graphic glitches out, and you can just refresh it. So let's see if it refreshes. Did not refresh. So that's kind of a problem. But I've seen this before. Let me zoom out. No. So I'm going to go with the idea that this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. So the question is, which day did the farmer find the same number of mice as on Wednesday and Thursday combined? So if this is Wednesday, this is Thursday, it's 6 mice, or 3 of these little figures times 2 is 6. So that's going to be the same as Tuesday. So I'm going to click that. Let's see if it's right. So I like that. That was the answer they're looking for. So my assumption that these were each a day is correct. They can be a problem sometimes. Sometimes if you get it wrong, you can ask, or I mean, if there's data missing, you can talk to me and I might be able to figure it out for you. I think I've been able to figure it out pretty much every time. I recall there was one time I had to, there's a 50-50 guess. I could narrow it down to 2 different answers, but I had to guess. So if something like that happens, just let me know. No software program's perfect. Khan Academy is far from perfect, but it has a lot of nice features, and the content's right here, so we can all kind of work on it together. So here's another data set. The data looks complete, which is nice. Each of these little puzzle pieces represents 9 minutes. So minutes to complete the puzzle. So these are all 9's kind of a weird way to tally. Usually people do round numbers like 5 or 10, but I don't know. This person's calculating by groupings of 9, which is awkward, but it's what they did. So these are the different pictures of the puzzles, and here's how long each puzzle took to complete. So which 2 puzzles combined took Lola? So here, Lola times herself to see how long it takes for her to put puzzles with different pictures. So apparently she struggled with the kittens. I thought the field would be, I would think a field would be pretty hard. It's all kind of similar colors maybe. But which 2 puzzles combined took Lola the same amount of time as the field and kitten puzzles combined? So field and kittens. Which 2 puzzles, oh my gosh, took Lola the same amount of time as the field and kitten puzzles. So field and kitten. So if we took this puzzle piece and put it over here, they would line up perfectly with this column here. So the other 2, without even counting or doing anything else, I just know it's going to be the stars and children will be the answers. So D. Because I just rearrange this puzzle piece and combine it with the fields, so that creates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 of these little, so 90 minutes total, I guess. And then these are another 10. So it's got to be the stars and children. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of a weird question. Yeah, we'll do another one. Oh, it only will be 2? All right. Well, that one's pretty easy. If you get stuck, you can always take a screenshot or something and ask me questions about it. But yeah, or stop me in class. That was not too bad. Let's create some bar graphs here. So here's a X and Y chart here, graph, like a ready to be graphed. And so we just have to, so here's this like Stegosaurus, dinosaur type number in an orchestra. So what's going on here? On Thursday, Ming went to see a loud and exciting performance by the Dinosaur Orchestra. So we're going to create a bar graph to show how much of each type of dinosaur was in the Dinosaur Orchestra. So 42, just drag it up to 42. Raptors 63, drag it to 63. Now if these don't drag into the right places, you need to refresh your page. Sometimes these like drag like weird, like in between numbers or something. Triceratops 35, T-Rex 49. So we're just graphing. We're just putting this data. It's kind of hard to see, compare the numbers this way, but it's really easy to compare the numbers this way. The raptor is clearly the most common dinosaur in the orchestra, but they're all pretty equal, pretty close to be evenly distributed. So, uh-oh, did I mess up? 42, 63. Oh, this is supposed to be 35. There we go. All right. So notice when I got one wrong, it marked it gray here. So I'm actually on this problem here. There's like going to be 5 in a row. So I'm going to have to do, after I can do 3 more, I'm going to do 2 more. So I made a careless mistake. I was going through it quickly, which is easy to do. So I'm gonna go through and do the rest of them. So I'm just lining up. So first grade's 15 students absent. So I'm just kind of lining up. Okay, so see how there's that missing one there? So we have to get 5 of these green dots in a row. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Now this one can be a little trickier. Helps you have a computer so you can zoom out, kind of see what's going on. So here's bar A. Bar A has got to be an apple, because it says 60, right? So we're going to say it's apple. B is 24, that's the mango. C is 36, that's the orange. D is 12, that's the kiwi. And E is 48, which is the banana. So you kind of have to see all 3 things at once. So it's a little easier if you zoom out. I'm going to zoom back in though, just so we can all see everything. All right. Beatrice is 6. So I don't even know what they're asking anymore. I'm just going right into the math to knock these out real quick for you guys, so you can see what it looks like. And you might even see these exact same problems. They have a problem bank, and they only have so many problems. So you might see these exact same problems. But these ones are pretty easy. There you go. Make sure they're all lined up, because don't want to have to do 5 more. That's one thing about Khan Academy, is it really punishes you. So I got 4 in a row now. I do 1 more. I'm going to zoom out again just a little bit. So turtles are 27. That's a D. Turtles. Seahorses are 18. Eels are C. And then 9 is the otters. All right. So I finally got 5 in a row. So go back to the creating bar graphs, and then see, read bar graphs, and solve 2-step problems. So I'm going through these really quickly. I do not expect you guys to be able to go through these this quickly. Even if you think they're somewhat easy, it's really easy to make careless mistakes. So don't be too frustrated if you're doing like 20 of these. Okay. Eventually, you'll be better at not making careless mistakes. So let's see what's going on here. Read bar graphs and solve 2-step problems. Let's see what they mean by 2-step problems. So there's a number of students. Here, the different classes. how many students are in each class. So after Julia made a graph, 8 more students joined her science class. So here's her science class. Not very many people there. Which class has the fewest number of students after 8 students joined the science class? So this is before 8 students joined. After 8 students joined, there'd be 28, right? So this bar would go up to here. So that means math would have the fewest. Math. It's asking which class has the fewest number of students after the 8 students join. So it's just the next lowest one. Although it still could be the science, but no, science would be up here where the 28 is. Looks like a pretty similar question. Number of people, favorite color. Chelsea asked 500 people at her school their favorite color and graphed the results of her survey. Some colors are not on Chelsea's graph. So she may have asked some colors, but she didn't put those on here. So how many people chose colors other than those on Chelsea's graph? Wow. Okay, so we know there's 500 total, so we have to add these up, and then whatever the total is, subtract that from 500, because we want to know how many didn't make it on here. So I'm going to use this little squiggly line. So let's see, here's 80. 120. 60. Usually I have a pen. I wasn't expecting to have to draw anything just yet, so I apologize for being a little messy. There we go. 100. It's supposed to be 100. And then another 100. So she got most of the people on here. Just going to add them up. Save. So if I did my math correctly, I'm going to double check because Khan Academy is so unforgiving. Making sure I put the right numbers in here. Okay, I think I did everything correct. So that means only 40 didn't make it on. Because that's the difference between 460 rather, and 500. So let's fit it right. Okay, good. Didn't make any errors. So that's what this week's content looks like. I did it in a little less than 18 minutes, but you have a week to get through these for this week. So we're starting off a little bit slow, but people need to get onto Khan Academy and access to my videos and all that. So it's going to be kind of a setup week. But for the most part, the Khan Academy is not going to be too heavy. It's just sort of a way of people they can show me they understand some of these concepts. And these will come back. So this isn't the only time you'll do this problem set, but we're going to start off with these this week and see how it goes. So I hope this has been informative. And always remember to please ask questions if I missed something or if something didn't make sense. It's very important. So see you later.